welcome to this video on this Christian from Young Premiere, and welcome back to Chicago Wild Ride with Tommy. And last season ended with some crazy cliffhangers, but our guy Tommy coming off his war against the Flynn family and the loss of his loyal soldier Liliana. Tommy as determined as ever to become king, but it's not gonna be easy. Tommy's ally Diamond wants to keep his CVI ahead of his sneaky brother Jenard's new crew. And you know Tommy still got unfinished business with the Flynns for what they did to Liliana. He's ready to go all in on revenge, as we get to see in this episode. Even with all the drama popping up, the hustle must go on, and Tommy and Diamond are making power moves to lock down the streets and out-hustle their rivals. But Tommy's also playing his own solo game to get justice, as we get to see, and cement his position as Chicago's next kingpin. Between family beef, friendship tested, and the law lurking, season 2 is kicking off with non-stop action, and Tommy came to Chicago to win as he's more focused than ever. Obstacles keep stacking up, and the question that we all have, will he power through? Time to jump back in and see how it all goes down in season 2. So Tommy's back and ready to level up. Let's begin. Kicking off an explosive new season, Tommy joins forces with his partner Diamond to grow their CVI crew into the top drug operation in Chicago. But Tommy also got unfinished personal scores to settle after the traumatic events of last season. Former CVI leader Jenard has broken off into his own splinter faction, ready to go to war over land with his brother Diamond and Tommy. Tommy encouraged their dealers to keep hustling, and CVI is still number one. The hustle never sleeps, so Tommy wants all hands on deck, grinding 24/7 to maintain their stronghold. Diamond knows they need to put major weight to stay ahead of Jenard upstart faction, but dealer Shuey has switched sides, not working with Jenard. Diamond advised playing it cool for now regarding Shuey, but as we get to see in this episode, it doesn't go that way. He counsels Tommy to be cautious rather than letting emotions dictate actions, and something that we can expect more episodes to deal with. Either said and done for the fiery Tommy. Keeping him calm and reasonable is practically a full-time job, and he's always ready to shoot first and ask questions later when disrespected, something that we see here. Still, Tommy makes sure their crew knows not to let Jenard poach any more talent or they're gonna lose ground. He's focused about retaining assets and loyalty despite his temper, but as we get to see in this episode, he refused Shuey to get back with CVI, escalating the tension, and Tommy quickly runs out of patience and confronts Shuey, getting into a street ball. Going off the episode, Tommy beats down Shuey as a warning to anyone who dares to cross CVI. He needs every soldier in line as the operation expands, something that we see by the end of the episode. While Diamond looks for non-violent solutions, Tommy will be ready to embrace brute force when challenged, but together they balance each other out to control the streets. Away from everything that's going on, Tommy remains focused on revenge against the Flynns for Liliana's demise. Losing his trusted ally, she left Tommy wounded, as we get to see this season, and what happened in the last season was a deep betrayal that he won't let slide. Diamond knows that Tommy wants justice, but advised patience for now, and he says use your head, not just your emotions. Easier said than done, but Tommy knows the Flynns want to escape repayment for what they did to Liliana. He takes loyalty and vengeance extremely seriously, with no room for forgiveness. Until the time is right, Tommy funnels his fury into dominating Chicago drug trade with Diamond's wise counsel balancing his nature. His goal seems within reach, but Liliana's death hangs over him, and when the moment comes, it's sure to be biblical. Hell had no fury like Tommy, scorn and out for blood. Meeting with the street dealers, Tommy and Diamond discover Jenard's crew has already moved into corners once under CVI dominion. Tommy questions if they should retaliate with force, but Diamond still hopes to resolve disputes without violence if possible. He prefers another approach, within reason. Now on the hunt front, Tommy gets suffering reminder why he hesitates to bond with his family. After his nephew D-Mac barely survived an attempt on his life last season, Tommy feels responsible for the ever-present danger following him. He questions whether distancing himself from family could keep them safer, but loyal D-Mac reminds Tommy that they're not going anywhere. They ride together no matter what. Still, Tommy grapples with guilt, knowing his enemies are still targeting his loved ones. As D-Mac learned that hard way in this episode, walking away could reduce risk, even if it's heart-wrenching. At the same time, Tommy's mother Kate is back in this episode, so I imagine that she's gonna continue to do her BS. Now, obviously, Tommy worries about her, and he knows that if he continues to keep using, he'll end up in the streets. He needs soldiers, not unstable liabilities who draw unnecessary heat. Even if it's his own mother, Tommy won't tolerate chaos from anyone who can jeopardize his operation. The business comes first by any means. With D-Mac, there are signs of cautious hope. He represents the next generation hungry to contribute rather than cause turmoil like Kate. Perhaps in time, Tommy may find peace, fostering a mentorship role, discovering new purpose through family bonds unexplored before. Among the threats from Jenard and the Flynns, Tommy arranged a meeting with the cartel connect Miguel. Since partnering with Diamond, Tommy requests a proper introduction to Miguel, but Miguel remains skeptical of mysterious new faces. Miguel's distrust not only grows when Tommy casually flirts with his girl Maria, so that's cool to see something that we may see in the future episodes. I mean, hey, Miguel warns Tommy that Maria is completely off limits. Reading the room, Tommy realizes his reckless charm and boundary pushing when fly. False moves could be fatal when everything is going on and money's on the line. But for now, Tommy wisely switches gear to get back into Miguel's good grace. But with Jenard, the Flynns, and Miguel are closely watching him, and even the FBI is closing on him, so that's something that we can expect. And discussing about that while Tommy navigates everything that's going on, Chicago PD and the FBI aim to ID the mystery newcomer making waves, and that is Tommy, taunting him with his signature "if I ain't no ghost" mantra. Tommy operates freely under their nose, orchestrating a Chicago takeover. Tommy knows with his extensive rap sheet, it's only a matter of time before they can connect the dots to his corner play for power, but he thrives on the challenge of evading their grasp. Part of Tommy's grim allure is the inevitable collusion with his bloody history around the corner. He's a savage survivor, but luck has its limits, and even for him, maybe Tommy's downfall by arrest or bullet is unavoidable, but until that fateful day, he lives every moment like a man with nothing left to lose. Some don't have the stomach to walk Tommy's high wire existence without a net. So just ending this breakdown and something that we may see in the upcoming episodes, with Tommy rushing into confrontation, Diamond reminds him that everything that's going on has to be with planning. And he knows that Diamond knows that Tommy wants immediate revenge. So we may see that in the upcoming episodes. With the FBI closed on Tommy, that's going to be something that we may expect to see in this episode. However, FBI leadership can be a dedicated city-wide task force if Chicago PD doesn't unmask Tommy soon. The investigation is intensifying, so I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with that. Tommy has survived this long, trusting his instincts and adapting faster than adversaries can keep up, but his luck will run out eventually.